Hello, chatters. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and let me know if the audio is a little off. How's it going, everyone? uh, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be so real with you guys. I am here today. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys all for coming. I see a lot of my gen mates, a lot of my senpai here. I'm here, I'm here. I'm finally horizontal, chat. We did it. I'm very excited. Look at this. I got a whole Word document. Isn't that so? I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. Hello, hello. Thank you guys all for stopping in. You're a little loud, but that's normal. Okay, yeah. I turned it down just a little bit. Hello, Haru. Hi, Aisha. Hi, Nagi. Hi, I saw Yuya as well. We're in a document. You guys are, in fact, my chat on the Word doc. So, we'll give it a moment before we get started. Let people roll in. A whole Word document, not a single word on that head of yours. John, I'll fight you. I'm very excited for this chat. How do you do a YouTube debut? No one told me how to do this. Hello, hello. Okay. But maybe it's time in just a moment to jump right into things. So, Support is finally on the right Red app. Yes, we're free from the evil Red app, and now we're on the holy Red app. We're horizontal, chat. Hi, hi, hi. Zatsu Maxing begins. Yes, it does. Okay, we're gonna start in exactly like 1 more minute, and then we're gonna get into the slideshow. We're doing the most standard ass debut you've ever seen. What better for a regular guy VTuber than a regular ass debut? The slightly less evil Red app. It's considerably less evil. Evil Red app DoorDash. I'll have you know, DoorDash got me my food on time, and it tasted good yesterday. Also, hello Rixie, hello Mayo. I can't believe it, I'm finally horizontal. Chat, it's been a long time coming. About a month and a half since I've been debuted on AniLive, and we're here today, finally horizontal, finally on YouTube, and we're, you know what, incredibly poetic that we start off by doing what is essentially a just chatting stream after having been trapped doing just chatting streams for a month and a half. Even free, we're stuck doing this. But yeah, I think it's just about time we get into it. I'm sure most of you here know who I am. However, let's just get right into this. Alright, first off, now I'm in a PowerPoint. That's so cool. Bro is brainwashed. I am. There's no way out. It's Stockholm Syndrome. And yes, about me. My name is Asa Mitsuki. That, you heard it. I included the pronunciation on the screen because I'm tired of hearing Asa, Isa. It's like this. People are making stuff up as they go. My name is Asa Mitsuki. Pronounced Asa. Now I'm gonna ban you from my chat. Birthday, May 21st. Yes. Do you have a middle name? No, I couldn't afford one. They make you pay extra for those when you're a VTuber. Isa. I've heard someone call me that. We're getting real far away from what the truth is, and that doesn't matter. Age. Yep. I am. Because for all the time I spent on AniLive, people just loved calling me old. I'm just gonna let you guys keep trying to figure out how old I am. Awesome. Essay. So true, asterisk. Imagine having a middle name. But nicknames are free. Hello, hello. Hello everyone just coming in. We just started. So, yeah, I am in fact 6 feet tall. For all of you who use the incorrect measurement system, that's about 182 centimeters. And 50 years old, God. He's an immortal eldritch being. You can take your guesses all you want. I could be however old I want to be. No, that doesn't sound right. I could be however old you can imagine me being. That sounds better. My job. I'm just a regular old businessman. That's all I am. And actually, that's not true. I'm also a student, and everyone seems to forget that one. I do I do full-time schooling as well as my job as a businessman. And I will be losing my job as a businessman soon, seeing as Nexus with 2 X's is closing down, just like the other one. So, but I'm gonna have to find a new business to work at, and maybe I'll find it here on YouTube. And my Oshimarks. He's a 22-year-old fresh college graduate with 30 years of experience. You can imagine that. Yeah, sure. My Oshimarks are the graph decreasing and then the graph increasing emojis. That is because I want to tell the story of how I got to this. When I was told that I needed to pick my Oshimarks, I was like, forgot about those. Forgot that was a thing entirely that I would need as a VTuber. So I got into a call with a team of scientists, and we gathered around in a Discord VC, putting a bunch of emojis in the chat and just saying, this one might be goated. To each set of emojis we sent. They were all bad. And then we saw this, the graph increasing emoji, and I knew I had to use it. And then its partner, the graph decreasing emoji, it just felt right to put them together, right? And for a while we were debating on the order. Do you want graph down, graph up, or graph up, graph down? And we realized, me and the scientist worked together, and we found out that graph down, graph up represents one thing that I'm all about. We're so back. Now we're on YouTube. We're so back. At least it's not an eggplant is crazy. I don't know who you could be referring to at that. And for my languages, I speak English and Spanish with a question mark because anyone here who speaks Spanish will call me something hurtful for if I try to speak Spanish. Pero yo hablo un poquito español y me llamo Asa y soy de una compañía se llama Nexus. You don't speak Spanish, dog. I know I don't! It's so bad. My Spanish is, like, abhorrent. But we're getting there. I know, I can't. I can't. We're not gonna talk about it. It says, bueno, gracias. Okay, we're moving on. I can't. But yeah. Here we have... No sabo. Yo sé un poquito. I sabo a little bit, chat. Alright. Next we have... my likes and dislikes. So we have... for my likes, we have chilling, vibing, being about my money, getting my bag, stacking paper, and low-key not giving a fuck. And, you know, for my dislikes, we're all about getting that bag, making loads of money. So whatever the opposite of making money is what I'm about. Is what I'm against. And what's that on the second part? What's that on the second part of dislikes? Who could those two people be? I think that looks like Aisha Ushimaru and Nagi Ishidori. What? That how did they get there? Who would put them there? But we kissed is crazy. He's dropping lore that should not be dropped in the chat. but no, chat. I can't be serious about that. I love my gen mates. I love especially Aisha and Nagi. Like Aisha and Nagi and me go way back. And by that I mean we're the only people that talked when we first got added when we first met each other. I showed you my IP address. Aisha has leaked her IP address by accident. And now we have I love your personality. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, I can't be serious. I love them so much, and I've actually prepared something important because of that. We have a real list of likes and dislikes. I'm sorry, Nagi and Aisha. I didn't mean it. I only hate you guys most of the time. But yeah. So for my likes, we got simple stuff. Gaming, history. I was always like a weird history nerd in like middle school and high school, and I haven't been too interested in it like very recently, but I think I've become more of a geography nerd. Like looking at maps and stuff is cool. Like maybe I'm just like stupid. But I see a map and I'm like, that's so awesome. Oh, no. I am still about my bag. Don't worry. Like, I know it may not be on this list. It should have been. That was an oversight on my part. Yeah. On like the note of like geography and like me being really into that right now, I'm like oddly good at GeoGuessr, but I don't play it correctly. You're supposed to know something about like GeoGuessr has a lot of strategies that you're supposed to use. And I treat GeoGuessr like it's a vibes-based game. I go, yeah, this feels like Brazil. And I lock it in without a second thought. Like the sign was in Korean, but it felt like Brazil. And it works most of the time. And then fishing. I just love fishing. Like, surprisingly, like, I hate fishing games. But fishing, like, actually going out on the water and fishing is so awesome. Like, I love going out on a boat over the summer and like fishing and like just out at the sea. That's so cool. Like just spending a day like brain off, like I wonder when something's gonna bite. Like you blast music in your ears. It's so awesome. Brazil is actually very easy to guess at GeoGuessr. I see you guys saying that. Like it is just fully correct. Like Brazil has like a secret evil aura that anyone can feel. Also, hello Cora, chat. That's one of my many mothers in VTubing. So many VTubers claim to be my mother. I don't know why. We stand Cora Valorum here. Do you have a picture of you holding a big fish? No, I don't actually. I need to get one. I need to go out and get a big fish to get a picture with. Do we have any fish VTubers in the chat willing to step up to the plate for that? I'm the true mother. I'm the true mother. I see you guys are fighting here. Okay, next, we have museums. Oddly enough, I absolutely love going to art museums. Like I could spend like days inside different museums, and like luckily enough, I've always had the privilege of living near places that have a lot of museums. And that's given me like a really good opportunity to see all kinds of different art, like really famous paintings and stuff too. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of like the super popular famous stuff. You know, a certain fish might be down. If I could get a picture with holding Dr. Fish, that would be great. We need that. Yeah, museums mentioned. Absolutely. I love I just love art museums. Like, and I've never been like really big into like, how do I say, like seeing like famous paintings and stuff. I'm all about like the smaller exhibits, the really interesting stuff, because I spent like in high school I did sculpture. Sculpture was like a class that I did for 4 years, and in there I got so much experience working with my hands and using like different types of materials that I feel like I appreciate the craftsmanship behind like 3D work, like 3D like physical work now a lot more than I do like actual paintings. Opinion on modern art depends on the type of modern art you're talking about. Like if you're talking about a banana taped to a wall, I want to fight you. But if you're talking about like this one piece I saw one time, it was at a museum, the Museum of Modern Design, I believe it was called. I was there for like I was on a trip or something. And I was actually hating on this piece up until I read the description of it. It was a little crown made of cardboard. And I'm like, why does this have its own exhibit? Why is it in its own little glass case? What's so special about this little piece of cardboard? And I'm talking to like two other people who are like carefully observing it. And I'm just sitting there hating really hard, which ties into the next point. But yeah, then I read it and I'm like, the crown's made of solid gold. It was just really so well crafted that it looked exactly like cardboard, and I had no idea. And I'm like, that's like modern art in like a sense where it's like it really made me like reconsider a lot of how I viewed art in general. Where I was like, there's just no way. I was like, I need to like put more thought into things. And then I guess like thoughts on natural history museums. I could not care less, I'm gonna be so honest. Like natural history, it's like, wow, that happened, huh? I could Google that. Like I'm not seeing anything that like really important. Like these are all things that are like I could see a picture of online and I'd be happy with. It's like, oh wow, look, they have like a bayonet from 1802. Like awesome. But the dinosaurs, I don't care if they have actual dinosaurs there, I'll go. I don't care about seeing recreations of them. Smithsonian, my beloved. Forget the Smithsonian. Like I want to see something that like I cannot fully absorb unless I'm standing there in front of it. And that something is always like actual art. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Why are we hating? I don't like I like history, but not like that. I like learning about it. I don't need to see it. I'll eat those tomatoes, thanks. This guy gets it. Actually, I hate tomatoes, but that's besides the point. And speaking of hating, I love to hate. Like, whenever I get an opportunity, I will be hating on something. Like, a lot of the times that thing is Nagi. Like, I'll be in a call with him, we'll be playing a game or something, and I'm just saying mean things to him for absolutely no reason. He does not deserve it. And he kind of does. Like, why did he join the call? He knew it was going to happen. I bet he wants it, weirdo. I'm kidding. And then I cry. He does cry sometimes, but he deserves it. I like to equitably spread around my hating to individual people. How do you compare it against like Kaiba or Dio? So, I think I hate way harder than Kaiba, that's for sure. Like, that guy just plays cards and hates and plays Yu-Gi-Oh! I know a guy that plays cards, plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically, and he hates pretty hard, but I hate him harder, so we're like that. And for Dio is a generational hater. That guy literally has hated for generations. And you gotta put respect on his name for that. Because there's some kind, like, I haven't been alive long enough to be a generational hater. But give me like 30, 40 years, and maybe I'll be able to hate on the same level as him to like I'll make an enemy and I'll like hate on their bloodline for like generations. Like I could make that happen. He spent bajillions of dollars just to hate. That is true. I understand that. But I think anyone could do that if they had a bajillion dollars. Like, give me access to infinite money. I'll spend it all. I don't care if it's infinite. It'll all be gone just for the sake of hating. And then, like, do you want me to take over your enemy's body as a severed head? If it's what I have to do to hate properly, I would. Like, sometimes you just come across a person who's just such a villain in your life that you're willing to do absolutely anything to take them out. Like, and that like manifests in me as being a petty asshole sometimes. Because I don't have a bajillion dollars, nor am I an evil vampire. So like I just have to do whatever I can as a regular ass dude to be evil. But yeah, we have back here, okay, chilling's actually really cool. Like, sometimes you just need to sit down and vibe a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, after a long day, like, you just can't, you gotta stop doing things and, like, bed rot a bit. Maybe just vibe, play some games. Like, I feel like I'm an outgoing person insofar as, like, I'm really excited to hang out until it's like, we've hung out for too long. I must go home. So, like, I want to vibe. I want to chill out. And I want to relax. It's so good. And moving on. This one, probably a super controversial take. I think good food is good. Like, I'm really big on, like, trying new cuisines, like, just trying new types of food. And, like, I'm not one to want to eat the same thing every day. Like, I know there's some people who are really comfortable in, like, a routine of eating the same types of foods consistently. I can't do it. I want to try new food. Lasagna is not new food. Lasagna in itself is comfort food. Like, by definition, lasagna is one of those, like, staple foods that everyone eats. You a fan of any chains? As for chains, like, you're talking, like, fast food, right? I'm thinking, like, I don't know if this is, like, a national thing, but I know Jersey Mike's is, like, the most impeccable sandwich fast food place ever. Because, like, there's what, there's, like, Firehouse Subs, there's Subway, there's Jersey Mike's. And I think those are, like, the three main sandwich place chains. And Jersey Mike's just absolutely, like, smurfs their peak on all of them. Red Lobster, I wouldn't call Red Lobster a fancy chain so much. Like, they're, like, mid-class food. Don't forget to like the stream and sub if you haven't already. Ace is super cool. Chat, Nagi must be possessed. He's being too nice. I was on his debut stream like a week ago, and I was just calling him mean words. No, the Parm rosemary bread does kind of go crazy. Why did you both sub-plug me at the same time? But yeah. I guess for, like, higher-end chain things, this is, like, it's expensive, so, like, super infrequently. But if you've ever been to a Fogo de Chao, like the steakhouse, that food's crazy. Like, that's so good. I think that makes sense, though. He hates us. I feel like we've discussed in this slide and the last one that only most of the time do I hate you guys. Oh my god, hi Shio. Chat. Another one of my Tensei Gen mates has made it in. And finally, actually wait, no. I'm not done talking about food. I've changed my mind. Like, I love new cuisines a lot. And like I think the most recent new cuisine I've had is Laotian food from like Lao in Southeast Asia. And it was so good, but also I like scalded my mouth. Not I wouldn't say scalded, but like I burned my mouth so bad because of how spicy it was. But I love spicy food, so I was like, this is the price I have to pay to eat good food. Oh my god, hi. And thoughts on guac. I think guac is pretty good depending on how it's made. Because sometimes guac is the most disgusting food ever if it's made poorly. But other times it's like, this, I need more chips. I've gone through a bag and a half of chips. Please keep the guac and the chips coming forever. And I actually used to be a big guac hater until I finally had good guac. Because I had spent so much of my life having bad guac. Hello, hello Ambrose. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here. Chat, we love our fellow Corpo VTubers. Corpo for a little bit, but and I think my favorite type of food, like I wouldn't say not a cuisine, but like a specific dish, is like curry. And that is specifically because curry is so like versatile. You can have it in so many different ways, and different cuisines have so many different takes on it. And this is like whoever with the countdown clock. That's crazy. For now, yeah. We make it work. We'll be corpos for a bit. And then I think now it's a good time to move on from food because I'm making myself hungry. I love a well-designed spreadsheet. And I say that. I say I love a well-designed spreadsheet. I hate making a well-designed spreadsheet. Because, how do I say this? Despite all of my overlays being Word docs or PowerPoint documents, I grew up on Google Office stuff. So using Google Sheets makes me want to rip my hair out because it's pretty similar to Excel, but all of the features are just slightly worse. And whenever you look up how to do something in it, it like links you to how to do it in Excel instead of Sheets. So I refuse to make my own spreadsheets. But whenever I'm given one and it looks nice, I'm just overjoyed that I don't have to like decipher different code to figure it out. And now, for my true dislikes. I used to love doing math. I used to think it was so fun. And then I took calculus. It made me lose all hope in numbers. Like I saw numbers and I was like, I've had enough. Like find the derivative of, like those are words spoken by the utterly deranged. Like no thank you. Like, what do you mean, what's the second derivative of? And, like, why do I have to find the derivative and then the antiderivative of that thing? Like, okay, we're fighting. Opinion on stats. I've never taken a stats class in my whole life, and I don't plan on it if I don't have to. I never believed in numbers. I don't know. Like, taking stats, it doesn't seem bad. I've only ever heard good things about stats classes. But, like, I don't want to have to think about numbers ever again. And now, we have a dislike that makes me sad to admit. I don't like cilantro. And that's for one specific reason. I know some people don't think it's real. I have the evil cilantro soap gene, where cilantro tastes like soap to me. And that's such a shame because I grew up in a Latino household. So do you know how that feels when every single meal you eat has cilantro in it? Every single meal I eat has cilantro in it, and it all tastes like soap. You have that one gene that gives you cancer. Uh, I'm sure there's a lot of things that give you cancer. Don't worry about it. Like, think about it. Like, I'm gonna go eat something later. It'll have red 40 in it, and I'll die at 28. Genetics issues an excusable reason for hating cilantro. Uh, okay. This one. This one's kind of a mixed feelings thing. Learning languages. I love learning languages, like, conceptually. Like, I'd love to be able to, like, start learning a language and actually learn it. But alas, I'm stupid. I suck at learning languages. I'm just so impeccably bad at it. Like, people tell stories about how awful I am at learning languages. I've been taking Spanish for 7 years, and I don't speak a word of that language. Like, I barely speak English, and that's my first language. Forget about learning another one. I first speak like 1.3 languages. I speak like 0.8 languages. Like, we're still working on English. We'll get there one day. Si lo hablas. No, no hablo. But yeah, I've tried learning a bunch of languages. I was talking about it the other day that I want to learn Tagalog, I want to learn Indonesian, I want to learn Japanese, I want to get my Spanish actually functional, and I want to learn, I think I said Korean because that one just sounds funny to learn. Imagine no sabe tu idioma. Yo sé un poquito de mis idiomas. But yeah, it's just like there's a lot of languages I want to learn, and I won't be able to learn any of them ever because I suck at it. Now, this next one. Slow down there, bro. What the fuck? Why are we hating? This next one's rather interesting. Dislikes. Orange. Now, I'm not talking about the fruit. While I'm not, like, the biggest fan of the fruit, I don't really have strong feelings for it either way. But don't get me started on the color orange. I used to ask people, like, as like an icebreaker question for them. I'd go, yeah, what's your least favorite color and why? And I would just use it as an excuse to debate people on why orange is the worst color ever. Like, I'm a big hater of the color orange. And I don't know why. I just woke up one day and chose violence. I was like, orange is a bad color. I don't appreciate it. Like, because it's either, like, bright orange and it's, like, garish and disgusting to look at. Or it's, like, a dark orange and it looks like brown but sad. Does that make any sense? But I think that makes sense at least. And then I think the next most important thing to say is that I cannot stand people who walk slow at all. Because I've always grown up in cities, right? If you're walking slow on a sidewalk, like, why? Get out of the way. Like, you can move to the side. And it's like, what do you mean all the people walking slow are, like, lined up together? It doesn't, like, just get to one side of the sidewalk if you're gonna walk slow. It's like an elevator, or an escalator, where you stand on one side if you're gonna stand, and so everyone who needs to get somewhere faster can get there. Do you dislike oranges or the color orange? Uh, the color orange. I have nothing wrong with oranges. Just shove them. I want to. I really do. But it's like, I have the ability to go around them. I just have to go out of my way. I can't keep walking in a straight line. It's like the sidewalk is big enough. It's just that they've taken up a considerable portion of it. And it's like, they didn't have to do that. They really didn't. Wrong, should be the other way. You're a fan of the color orange and not a fan of the fruit? Like, I guess that's a reasonable take, because I think orange is one of those fruits where it's like, you're either a big fan of it or super against it. But like, me personally, I'm like, I couldn't care less. And this one, we're just getting to like personal pet peeves of mine right now. It's rather than like dislikes, it's like, it's more so things that I see in my life, excuse me, that I see in my life, and I just get upset, like irrationally angry. Like if I'm out in public, like in a public space or in like a restaurant or something, and I hear someone like start talking on speakerphone or like playing music or a YouTube video out loud to show to someone, we're gonna have to fight. Like, I'm gonna find that person and we're gonna do combat. Like, tell me exactly why I should be subjected to like your music, your conversation, or your YouTube video. Remember to drink water. I probably should drink water. I'm gonna take a sip right now. Wait, is the bitrate actually bad? Has no one said anything this whole time? Is it actually really bad? I like have not left OBS to check what my stream looks like. Wait. 1 second. Let me check that. Honestly, are you serious? It's 360 this whole time and no one said anything? Wait, I'm doing one check. Output. I literally am at 1K bitrate. Or 10K bitrate. I don't know why it's at 10K, so I have no idea why it's that low. You'd have to restart. Yeah, no, that's not happening. I'd rather end my own life than end the stream. We're being nice. Just tell me next time. Anyway. Bitrate does not equal resolution. I don't want to say... I hate all of you. Okay, we make it work. Anyway, yeah, I hate ads. Just not a big fan of them. Like, again, like this is another thing. It's like, why should I be subjected to seeing what your product looks like? Like, all ads do is make me not want to buy whatever I'm being advertised. Like, I see an ad for something and it's like, oh, that's a thing I won't buy now. And I know it's like a subliminal messaging thing, supposedly, where it's like, oh, even if you're not gonna buy it, it's now in your head. It hits me and I'm like, no, I don't want that thing, because it was advertised to me. And I think the only time I make exceptions for that is when it's like, okay, this is already a massive ass like chain that I cannot avoid in my life. Like, for example, I see an ad for like Amazon and I'm like, Jeff, tell me exactly why we're advertising this. Like, who are you trying to reach by advertising Amazon? Like, who doesn't already know that Amazon exists and you can order things from there? So I see those and I'm like, this ad is actually somehow worse than like an ad for a product I wouldn't have heard of before. My dislikes are based besides in the language learning part. I explained that I love the concept of learning languages. I would love to learn more languages. I just suck at it. And it's annoying to me that I can't do it. Dislikes, like, no, even old people have to know what Amazon is. Like, I saw an ad for Google one time on TV, and I'm like, what do you mean, Google? Like, the most ubiquitous name for a brand ever. I think every human being alive knows what Google is in some capacity, unless you quite literally live in like the like Mongolian steppe and you've never like seen technology before or some shit. Like, and even then, that ad isn't reaching those people. Like, it's counterintuitive. I feel like they're trying to reach like bases that they don't have access to yet. But the reason they haven't like made connections with those people that don't have like Google is because they don't have technology at all. Like, there's no internet there. I've tried language games. There are more and more I've seen. There's some very cute. I've done like Duolingo, and like that's one thing I've done. But like, I don't think I've done anything like crazy with that. Like, I'd had like a full year streak one time on a language that I kind of dropped because I got sick one time, and I was so mad actually. Like, I fully stopped trying to learn that language because of that. I had like a full year streak on Duolingo for Indonesian. It's like a game. It's a gamified language learning app. But like I was saying, I had a year-long streak, and then I got really sick, and I was in the hospital for a week. This is a while ago now, and I just did not have the energy to use my phone to like do Duolingo every day. So I lost my streak and I just gave up. I was like, no more. Take very cute pictures and it teaches you Japanese words, very based. I think I've seen something like that before. I know I've seen something similar, but I've never like done that because the languages I'm most interested in learning don't require or wouldn't have a game like that, in my opinion. I could be wrong. But yeah, I've actually spent so much time here. Moving on to my next slide, we have games. I do not understand German. That's like so true though, because like I felt like at some point I just stopped learning anything about Duolingo, like through Duolingo. At some point I was just doing it to keep my streak up, and then I was like, it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, games. I love Minecraft. I have like 5,000 hours on Minecraft at least. And then Pokemon. I've been on Showdown Saturday. Wait. I have to point this out. Aisha said games, unlimited games. I said it with that intonation because the scene I have named on OBS is games, unlimited games, but no games. It's literally named that. But yeah. I love Pokemon so much. Like the mainline games I have played, but I haven't kept up very recently. I haven't kept up at all. And I've spent all my time playing Showdown because my brain is rotted and I just want to battle things and play strategically. It's fun. And then like some fan games I enjoy. Like I played a lot of Poke Rogue when that was really popular. Like that ties into my next interest there. Wait, remind us of your favorite gen real quick. Yes, Gen 5 Master Race indeed. I love Gen 5. It's probably the best gen. Asa Glick VGC. No, I've never really been a VGC player. I've always been Smogon. Who's your favorite starter of each type? I have no idea. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'd have to like stop and think about that. Like, we can get that tomorrow though, because tomorrow I have my extended Zatsu, and I'm playing Pokemon. And then we have roguelikes. I don't know how I got into playing roguelikes. I think my brain was just so horrifically rotted that I needed to like watch numbers go up in my screen flash with colors. And roguelikes are the perfect game for that. Just the worst games ever for snowballing into the game crashing. And that's beautiful. Risk of Rain 2 is probably my favorite roguelike ever because it's just the epitome of just keep doing stupid things until the game sets on fire or you die. Vampire Survivors I haven't played in a little bit, but it's like, it's very like, it's essential to like the roguelike experience in my mind. It's so classic of a roguelike. And if so many like spin-offs of it came out of that, like Hollow Cure, literally based on Vampire Survivors. Hades, just an incredibly good roguelike. It's a roguelite, but it's just so impeccably good. The story's great, the characters are awesome, the music's awesome, and it just feels good to play. It's a Hollow Cure, let's play. I haven't played Hollow Cure in so long, but that would be fun. We have and Noida. Noida is like a lesser known game, I think. The League Survivor. I did not play that. Is it do stupid things until it works or dies your motto? Yes, it is. That's how I got here right now. Noida is a little like full physics based indie roguelike made by like 3 Finnish guys who were doing coke. And they came up with Noida, and it's just so incredibly funny to play because you'll just be vibing and you'll accidentally step on a single orange pixel and it'll be lava and you'll die. And then pronounce what like what? But yeah, grand strategies. There's Crusader Kings 3, which I know Aisha talked about in her debut. I love it too. I've been playing Crusader Kings since I was really young, like, and I played Crusader Kings 2 a lot. And I'd love like every like couple months saying, it's campaign time, and doing a campaign of just the most horrific proportions ever. Oh, do you want me to say Noita? Noita. Like, are you happy? I don't care. Like, again, I think Crusader Kings ties into, like, same with EU4, ties into that, like, history and geography hyperfixation. Because it's just like, I will stare at a map for the next however long while I, like, reenact history incorrectly. And next, we have shooters. Have you restored the Roman Empire to its former glory? Yes, I have tried my best. I've gotten decently close in some campaigns I've done. I feel like it's not fair when you do it as the Byzantines, though. Yes, we're getting to it. Shooters. I love Valorant. I hadn't played it in a while before getting back into it after becoming a VTuber, because VTubers love shooty games. You tell a VTuber you like to play a certain shooter and they're like, we're on now. We're getting on the next day. We'll be there. So I played a lot of Valorant recently, more than I should play Valorant. Apex, I actually literally had not played Apex at all before becoming a VTuber, but it's one of those games where it's like, VTubers play this game. I should have it. And it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. Overwatch 2. Yeah, it's a game. I play it. I main Mercy, by the way. Like, unexpected. I play support in Overwatch 2 and Marvel Rivals. I think support is awesome. Now, just like 2 other games. Terraria and Smash. Terraria is just like, I just have a lot of good memories of loading it up with my friends and like doing a playthrough of it and either giving up at some point because we get bored or like speedrunning our way through it as fast as possible. And I used to be a really, really big fan of Smash. I haven't played it recently because I don't want to pay for Nintendo Online, but I was again, probably unexpected, I was a Daisy main in Smash. I kind of knew how to do like the turnip short hop combos. They were funny. And then this last one. This is a you have to experience it to understand thing. Load up a free game on Steam at 3 in the morning on a weekend with a group of friends who are equally sleep drunk, and you will have some of the greatest experiences of your life doing stupid shit on a video game. It's just so much fun. I could just do that for so long. Just like, I say for so long, but I mean like for an hour or two, because you will eventually lose all of your ability to think because it's already 3 a.m. and you're playing a game that's made to rot your brain. Anyway, we'll load up one of those sometime. Next, I feel like I'm running really slow. We have the anime list. I kept this one short because I feel like I could talk about this for too long. We have peak series that I enjoy immensely. Evangelion is the greatest piece of fictional media of all time. And I included a hot take under each one of my peak series. I love Neon Genesis Evangelion. And you are not a real fan of this series if you haven't watched the Rebuild movies. That is a true fact. It's truthful. That if you've just watched the main episodes and maybe even like End of Evangelion, you don't appreciate the series for what it is. There's more to this than just the main series. Watching the Rebuild series is the end of the show is with the Rebuild movies. And you have to watch that to understand it. It's probably the greatest series ever made. Now we have the Monogatari series. I don't know how to get into this one. And I won't get into this one. It's just peak. I haven't even seen the new part. I'm behind. Mushoku Tensei. This is like a newer series. And I'm pretty sure it's still ongoing all around. But I think this like was the first anime that came out like of like recent isekai that is like brought back the genre from being like garbage slop. And don't get me wrong, I love garbage isekai, as you can see. But there's good isekai is like that's good food. That's good eating. And then lastly, this one is just me being strange. I love Call of the Night. I don't know if you guys know this series, but I've read the entire manga of it. It concluded like a couple months ago, and it's just such a peak series. The anime is like really beautifully done. And my little evil hot take is less so about the series itself, but more so about the fact that Creepy Nuts, the band that did like the Dan Da Dan opening, the Mashal opening, and they did something else important. I don't remember. But Creepy Nuts did both the opening and the ending for Call of the Night, and it's just so good. Like, it's so incredibly good. Now for likes. Literally any trashy isekai. Like, No Game No Life used to be probably my favorite series ever because it's so funny. Like, it's just it's such a show. The Devil's a Part-Timer. I can't get behind like the second or the third season. I watched them. They exist. The first season though was really good. I really like the first season of The Devil's a Part-Timer. Uh, any trashy rom-com. We have I included Nagatoro and My Dress Up Darling. I don't think My Dress Up Darling's really that trashy, but it was the first rom-com that came to mind when I was trying to make this list. Nagatoro is most certainly trash. Like, that is like, you have to be a trashy human being to enjoy it. And finally, any trashy harem. This one's odd because I think all harems are inherently trashy. That is why I've included the quintessential harem anime, quintessential quintuplets, as well as a little bit of sleeper pick, girlfriend, and I think it's cool. It's funnier. It's less so serious than like. Came for the TV show slide so I can judge you. No TV show slide. I don't watch TV, honestly. But since I am going so much slower than I imagined, and I have more slides. 100 Girlfriends on the... I haven't seen 100 Girlfriends. I've watched 100 Girlfriends. I should see 100 Girlfriends, but, like, there's 100 of them. That would take so long. Like, I feel like we've left the realm of possibility. Music. Okay. Wait, actually first, sip of water. We have my what I proclaim as the genre of sad white girl type beat. We have, first off, Mitsuki. My name is Asa Mitsuki because I like Mitsuki a lot. Yes, I was in fact named after her. She's been my top artist on my Spotify Wrapped for the last 4 years. I love her. She's peak. Biba Doobie. You gotta respect a Filipina queen like that. She makes incredible music. Like, her new album from this year was so good. I remembered it existed like a couple weeks ago, and I started listening to it on loop. It's called like How Tomorrow Moves or something. And then you get the idea. Go down the list. Claro, Chapel Roan, TV Girl, Mother, Sir Chloe, Lana Del Rey, Leve. You get the idea. It's just really like, what would a white girl listen to if she was really sad? And that's what I like at all times. I'm not white, nor am I sad. Okay. Miku. I love Miku. My favorite producers are probably Deco 27, Pinocchio P, and Kikuo. They make such good music. And then to just rattle off like other J-pop stuff. You heard Girl? I don't think so. Otto. Otto's really cool. I like her. Like, her music's really like, it's such a unique sound that she has. And I don't know how she did it. Everyone has a sad white girl inside of them. Yo, what? Say that again? Huh? And then, Hoshimachi Suisei. I love Suisei so much. Probably my, like, JP Oshi for VTubers. And also just makes peak music. And that's probably why she's my JP Oshi just because her music is so good. And then every once in a while, I listen to rap. So I put very it's very like generic human being names. We have Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, and MF Doom. I feel like that's very basic rap taste, but that's because I don't really get that far into it. I listen to it when I need a vibe switch. But yeah, that's music. Now, we're starting to wrap things up here. Credits. First off, my wonderful artist, we have Pafu. Pafu Mama was in charge of designing my model and I absolutely love how I turned out. I should have made a way to like show off my full model because I don't think I included that on here, but Pafu designed me and I'm very grateful because look at me. Don't I look so incredibly average and great? And then for the overlays that you've been seeing this whole time were done by Small Sushi on Twitter. Sushi was very helpful with getting these to me at a somewhat reasonable pace. And I forgot to ask the guy how to pronounce this. I think it's Ironix. Made the logo that you saw on the starting soon screen and will be on the ending screen as well. The BGM is a random Dova Syndrome BGM I found about 25 minutes ago. And lastly, credit to you guys watching here today. I saw we had 35 something viewers at one point, and I was like, if we get above 15, I'm gonna be ecstatic. Because I wasn't expecting that much. It means a lot. I'm literally just some dude on the internet you guys showed up to watch. So thank you, chatters. And before I end, I'll head back over here. We got more than one. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we did it. We weren't one view. So thank you guys for stopping in. It means a lot that you guys were all here with me today. Tomorrow, my schedule's posted. I have, I'd like to say at 6 p.m. tomorrow. At 6 p.m. tomorrow, I have a Zatsu stream. 6 p.m. EST, we're doing a Zatsu, and I'm also going to be playing Showdown during the Zatsu, because my brain is rotting, and if I do a 2-hour Zatsu, I might just perish. Any live is taking that away from me. Thank you. So yeah, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you for stopping in, everyone. It means a lot to have you all here. Bye-bye.